But I've started getting into overlanding lately, and of course one of my first buys has to be a fucking tent. Excuse me. Anyways, you can just bleep it. But one of the first things you do is you have to buy a tent. So I scoured the market and I looked at the Smitty builds, looked at the tough tents, all the different manufacturers, not all of them, I should say, there's so many. But I ended up settling on the Airbeds manufacturer. It is the Pittman. It's a really cool soft top or soft tent made for your rooftop. So let's get into checking this thing out. All right, so first thing is I have it in the stowed position. As you can tell, this comes with a really tough and durable black, I'm assuming it's vinyl bag. What I noticed about it is all the edges are welded seamed. They're not like just adhesive, it's an actual weld. And so if you go and look at any corner, like right here, you can catch it. If there is somewhere where it needed strengthening, they put it there, but it gives it a nice, solid, waterproof thing, which I was worried about because we have a lot of dust where I'm at, and I was just worried about this thing just being covered in dust by the time it's all said and done. Another thing I liked about it, and you'll get to install it, and it's not that hard, but it is all zippered in. This is all splined in all the way around, so that you can unzip this thing, and it exposes the tent. Any rack system works for it. It uses real simple 4 tie downs with just bolts, and they just bolt into place. I use the Adobe system. I may or may not change it out later. It's just what I had at the moment. And so that in its nutshell is its stowed position. It's not very big. I think the specifications are just around 4 feet by 52 inches or something. So I'm guessing 52 inches that way, 4 feet wide. So yeah, let's get to unloading this thing. Obviously I've done a lot of the work in order to set this thing up. It takes about an hour. It does take 2 people. It's heavy. It's got to be maneuvered into place. And when you first get it, everything's inside the tent, so you have to open the tent up and get everything out of it. And then you can put the tent together and go from there. And it was really fun, cool, because you just kind of saw the quality of everything as you were putting it together. So, first thing to do, I just arrived at campsite. I got my truck leveled, because obviously you have to be level here for it to be level up there. Get my truck leveled out, get my spot, and I'm gonna go and put this tent out. So you gotta come over here, you got 2 straps, bam. You're just gonna undo these. And I'm not the fastest guy in the world, but I'm not gonna rush either, because I want you to see, like, most of us ain't trying to rush when we get to a campsite. You feel good, you're just enjoying life. You're just coming up here. Pretty straightforward to get off. I like that they are almost like a belt loop, but also a vinyl, Velcro at the same time. So it makes them super durable, and I know that they're not just gonna fly off on me. So you got those off. You just throw these off to the side here. And next is to loosen up your corner strips. I don't know what those really do, if they really tighten anything at all. But right over here is the zipper. You just get the zipper and shoot it across one way. And I'm gonna reach across back at you. And I'm just gonna find my zipper. I'm gonna have to actually stand on my thing. But I'm just gonna reach my hand there, grab all the way around. And I am unzipping, coming right back at you. And now it's disconnected. At this point, I can just grab my corners on either side. Right here, there's 1. There's 2. I'm just gonna flop that over that way. And right here it hinges so that this stays attached to your vehicle. Makes it very nice so that you don't lose this thing into the wind. They also sell an annex accessory kit, which would allow you to make an annex and have additional space underneath here for like a small kitchen or something. All right, so you got that. You must now undo these ones. That's 1. And that's 2. And my favorite, absolute favorite part. Just go up here, throw the ladder out a little bit. You just grab that puppy like yay. All right, just give her a go. until she is where you want her to be. That's the best spot, get her level. All right, so my ladder, my tent's now down. I've got a place for my shoes. This just, again, it just splines into place. You can slip it anywhere you want. You can start tucking this all down because now that it's in this position, it looks a lot better. It's got nice skirting all the way around. And this also gives you good rain protection. And go ahead and start disconnecting all your flaps. They're pretty straightforward. There's this one here, and there's this one here. And you'll see what to do with these here in just a moment. There's this one here. There's this one here. You've already seen me do this one. And then there's this one here. And there's that one right there. Okay, so these are your poles. This is what holds your window or your flaps into position. Part of putting your skirting down is to expose these holes. As you'll see over here, these are pre-drilled holes that allow the end of this to insert into that hole. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in. Okay, here's the only kind of like little flaw I found in my build here is that this thing has, when you have a little truck like this with a short bed, I kind of run out of space between here and here. And I go to put this one in, put that section over there. It's obviously a tight fit, but it's possible. Cool. So that is our tent set up. We're probably less than 5 minutes into it, and that is your Pittman 2 to 3 door. Let's go over some more of the outside features. As you can see, in the event of rainstorms, these can be battened down, so you can take this whole thing and secure it to itself, or rain or wind. So none of this stuff is just sitting out here getting bounced around and beat up. The rain canopy is removable, which is another really cool feature. And as you can tell, nothing about it's going to let any water in anywhere. And when we go in to show you the inside, you'll see as well that it too is just built. This thing's really built well. So yeah, it is quite possible, I guess, to install another ladder here and this be another entrance because it looks exactly like the other side.
Talk about the fabric.
The fabric. Okay, yeah, so the fabric.
I can put it in later.
It's a very thick, almost geotextile, like Gore-Tex would be made out of. It's almost exactly like what it is a Gore-Tex type material. It's really, really, really stiff and thick. It's almost canvasy. These are, yeah, exact same. And then the top up there seems to be a different material. It's made out of this almost weaved vinyl, like this shoe bag here is made out of. Kind of the same. So, shoes off. That's the joys of having a beautiful tent like this. All right, when we go in and get the door up, and that way you guys have a good clear view and it's not bothering you. And the door's just like any other tent door. You just begin the roll sequence. Roll sequence initiated, roll sequence accomplished, and we are gold. All right, so come on in and check the place out. Remember, this is the 2 to 3 person model, and So weight capacity, I don't know. I'm sure it's pretty heavy. We had 3 of us in here. One was 220. I'm about 220 as well, plus another person about 100 pounds. So we had a good 540 pounds up in this piece yesterday. Let's talk about what you're seeing here. Obviously, I've got some straps. Okay, these straps are what helps to bring the tent's walls in when you go to close it. One side is easy releasing. You just pull that side and you just kind of slip out your way. So when you're camping, you don't have these across you. Okay, cool. You've got a pocket for each person. They assume 2 people are staying up in here. So they give you 2 pockets and then 2 on this side as well. We did fit up in here nicely, the 3 of us yesterday. We tried it out because we're going camping this weekend. You go break this bad boy in. So let's talk what I'm on. A very awesome 2-inch thick memory foam mattress. Okay, so this is going to be like sleeping on a whole nother level when it comes to my camping. When this thing kicks open, it is on a really cool hinged system, as you see here. I have basically 2 1-inch pieces of metal underneath me that are joined together right here, hinged together. This is insulated to provide me some insulation from the really cold nights, along with my pad. I mean, this thing is just really built solidly, going into your aluminum with your pressed fits all the way around. This structure is solid. I bet you it can withstand a good 60, 70 mile an hour wind. Pretty easy. Be kind of crazy because look where you're at. Views are impeccable. All right, so now you're gonna say, what's this? That's the skylight. What tent? I mean, well, most tents have a skylight, right? They really do. But this one's just kind of cool because, I mean, if you can take this down to really get to the skylight, which has another plastic, so even like when it's rain, I can just
it
like.
Can still let air in as well.
Well, so yeah, we're gonna talk about that feature too. But if I don't have the rain canopy on because I don't feel any rain's coming, I can take that off and literally just stand there and I mean just drink a cup of coffee staring over a huge cliff or something. Should I be in a position where I have to batten down all the hatches, and there's a crazy storm and I'm rocking it down here. This thing is built with 2 breathable vents here. We've got one right here and one right here. They will allow the tent to breathe at all times regardless of, so that it doesn't get all hot and fuming here. So when I was talking about this thing being able to be waterproof, as you see this heat pressed tape on all things sewn. And you'll see this everywhere on the inside. If there is a sewn edge, this thing has heat press tape over the top of it, so it's not coming off for years to come, and it keeps the water out for years to come. So anyways, that is your Pittman 2 to 3 man tent. Really, really a cool purchase and really fun. So now the unfun part. Camping is over. We got to go home. Let's put this thing away. Put it to bed. Where I just left, I had to put these all back together. And you got to do this for both sides.
Show yourself and like kind of put your hand on your chin and be like, this is how much space I've got. I'm made completely flat.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're still recording, like my feet's touching the back wall right now, and I still have, I'm 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", and I still have I have to reach out to touch. So that's a good 7 feet. Tall ass son of a bitch could sleep up in here. Tall son of a bitch could sleep in here. If you're tall and single and a son of a bitch, give me a call. Let's sleep up in here. Just joking. But anyways, I gotta get out of this hole. It's almost like, do I look like Angelina Jolie? Where I'm like over the lasers and under them? Is that sexy? No? Okay. All right. Ow, fuck. Oh, another comment. So I'm barefoot So I'm just going to have to buy some new shoes, I guess, in the meantime. But them ladder rungs hurt my feet. My metatarsals don't like it. They don't. Alright, I gotta go back up here and, well, I don't need to close the door. I just need to go in, start battening down all the hatches. Don't you like tent stakes or tent poles you can just chuck? Just put them in there. Oh, yeah, my little brother did a doozy and broke this one first day in. He yanked it right off and they're all excited. You can't help him. You can't help a young man to get excited about a tent. Oh, my color choices here are considered coffee and orange. Coffee and orange. I thought it was going to be orange with coffee trim, like dark, but it turned out to be mocha with pumpkin. It's all right, though. I'll take it. All right. Just like Gay. Put her up. Gotta go up here. Get my ladder. Something like this pickle right here. I think I put my ladder on backwards as well, not a big deal. I'll get it resolved. But that's the ladder. All right, cool. So at this point, not much to it. Just kind of get this, all your loose ends over here. Take this one. This one too has the belt latch style, but I don't feel that I'm so anxious to make sure that it's strapped down because you put the other stuff on there, this thing ain't going nowhere, you know what I mean? Just enough to get it all back together. Take your old flop and flop, kick her back over. This part's a little more of an effort, but it's still not a lot of work. It just requires a little finessing of the vinyl onto that. And once it goes, it goes. Oh yeah. Once it goes, it just goes. Like, they built that thing to fit very, very well. Alright, you finish up the job. Come over here. Actually, I don't even have to finish up here. You can, I'll just get my button started for now. Not that I'm going to finish up, because right now the tension is still being held by the simple things. I'm going to take this, toss it over that way. I'm going to take this one, toss it over that way. All right. Again, I do belt these ones. I do the belt style. But these ones are the difference between keeping and losing your tent. Oh, sorry. Are you sure you cut it out? I don't know. Okay. That's it. That's it. That's the Pittman tent. All squared away, all done. Fun as hell. And that's it in a nutshell. Is that not simple or what?